This was something, because I actually went to the lecture last year, we've talked about this before, where you had a guest speaker, and so one of the things you talked about was the revenue stream and the advertising that goes into broadcast and things of that nature. So I was curious, who actually makes money in the media business? Because now it seems as if it's rather dispersed with trying to put ads on YouTube that may or may not last, and you now have the option to skip ahead. And then you have TV, where now sometimes, depending on the on-demand network, sometimes you can fast forward, sometimes you can't, so they're trying to make you tune into the commercials. So how is that actually going on in the current day in regards to television and things of that nature?
Okay, good question, interesting question. So, who makes money? The media platforms, generally speaking, are the beneficiaries of the exchange. So they're making the money. So whoever provides the media usually makes the money. That's one. That's sort of the baseline. In the advertising context, that means that, so let's take it on basic media 101. So radio, companies pay to put on an ad, the commercial. Radio station gives them 30 seconds or 15 seconds. That costs X amount of dollars. They take that. So that's an exchange. Same in television, commercials drive media, and on the internet. So internet and mobile. Who's making the money? Well, the providers. If you provide the platform to get to, or the pathway to get to people who can see my message or hear my message, then that has value, and that value is determined by a number of different factors, but by the market and also by the provider. So if I think that if I'm Google and I'm providing, and I know that everybody comes to me to do search, then if you're a company, you want to advertise on my platform, then it's going to cost you X dollars. So Google makes lots of money for providing that service. That allows Google to provide content and services for free. So we all benefit as consumers. We benefit. Some businesses too. We benefit from the fact that advertisers are paying for the services that we benefit from. I've been a Google. I know all of the anti-Google arguments because I have a lot.
That's just all you have for propaganda.
No, it's not. I mean, there are other companies that who are very focused and have very persuasive arguments about some of the disruptive policies and practices that Google has.
Is it more about anti-privacy and things of that nature, or
primarily? Yes. So privacy. Anti-competition that Google, sometimes or has been shown to move into certain categories and then sectors and then take over those categories. I'm familiar with all those things, but it provides a valuable service for me as an individual that I cannot get elsewhere, or I cannot get elsewhere easily. So whether it's Gmail, Google Voice, YouTube, you name it. I mean, there are a whole suite of things that as an individual and maybe even as a small business person, I can utilize that platform that is subsidized essentially by advertising or provided by advertising. So short answer is whoever has the media is making the money, and then it just depends on how well they figure out how much they want to do. For example, in this political season, if you're a broadcaster or if you're an internet provider, maybe a mobile company, political advertising is coming your way. It hasn't happened yet. It hasn't started. We'll probably begin to see the ads come January, right? And they'll be coming fast and furious because that will be the sort of the stretch, the last lap, and you'll see that. And so these companies will be. It's kind of like a windfall for even small television stations around the country political advertising will provide a margin, a revenue stream for them that they have not, they don't see every year. They see it sometimes every 2 years, but certainly every 4 years when there's a big presidential election.